Okay, we're back looking at more Canva apps. So, if you're a business and you want to share your QR code, maybe you are a teacher who wants to share homework assignments with a student who was absent or just whoever you want to share the assignment with. We are going to show you how to do two versions of your a QR code. One is simple and one where you can add a little bells and whistles. So you want to come over here to this left-hand panel and you want to click on apps. And then you want to type in QR code. Several come up, but I'm going to show you the two that I mostly use. You can click on this first one, QR code. Is really simple. You put in the URL where you want it to go. So we'll type in the URL and then you can click customize. Background colors should usually stay white. That way it makes it easier to read. The foreground colors are the pixelated colors that you see. And I think I want to make mine a shade of blue. So we're going to make this, we'll pick this color here. Okay, and the margin will be the space that's around a QR code. So we're going to make this at about a 19. So here we go. That's actually that's kind of big. So we're going to make this margin a little smaller and we're going to update the code even smaller still. There we go. So now we have our QR code. Now, if you want to do some things with it, you can take this and you can go up to elements and you can put a square around it just so it stands out. So we're going to go here. We're going to go to shapes. We want to pick us a square. And we're going to take our square, put it behind our QR code. And my other color is pink. So we're going to go into my little brand kit and get this pink. And we're going to take this back one layer backwards. And now grab these two and I want to align it so it's centered. So I go to align elements. It says it's already centered. So maybe I need to make the pink just a little bit bigger so that you can see it. Here we go. So now let's highlight the two. And we're going to click the three dots, align, and we're going to click center. So now it's centered. Not quite. We're going to bring it down a little bit. So now you have your simple QR code. And before you do anything, you always want to make sure you go behind this and check. So I'm just going to group this. These two are not grouping. So let's go to position. We're going to go to layers. And I'm going to select both of these layers. And then I'm going to group them. Click the three dots and I don't see a group. This and this. We're just going to move them up out of our way. So the other app that we can go to that has more bells and whistles embedded, we'll go back over here to apps and we're going to pick dynamic QR codes. Now I like this because they give you the backgrounds already and we don't have to add them. I like the circle ones, but I also like this one with the scan me inside of it. So we're going to click this. This is our preview. We already have our link in here. I'm not going to choose a logo now because your logo has to be small so that it doesn't interfere with the dots in your QR codes. The pattern codes, those are the dots on the inside. So we're going to go to another pinky color. All right. The eye colors are those squares that's around the outside. I want to make that a bluish color. And I should have my numbers written down, my hex code numbers for my business, but we'll just do this for now. And the frame color, and that's that black that you see. I think I want to make that pink to match my colors. Hopefully I can get it close. Let's see what we're looking like so far. Okay. And the background, we should leave it white because what that'll do is make the pixels easier to read. Now you have dynamic down here, which is turned off. Dynamic will allow you to be able to change the location once you set it. It will also help you do analytics, but this is not all free. So first let me close this and let's add this to the design so we can see what it looks like. So here's the two different ones. This is the one where we had to put the square in the back, and this is the one where we did it all in one. So let's look at some of these dynamic features. You can turn this on, and then they're going to ask you to sign in or log in. Connect. So I don't have this, so let's go to their website. It is, go back where it says learn more. So when you leave Canva, it's going to take you to the company that created dynamic QR code, which is Hover Code. And Hover Code lets you know how you can connect their dynamic QR code inside of Canva. It gives you how it works, but what it also tells you down here is the price that you pay for Canva includes unlimited static QR codes, and those are codes that once you set the URL link, that's the only place it can go to, and 10 dynamic codes, which means those are the ones that you can get analytics on, and that once you set it, you can change it. Okay, and it's if you want more than that, it's $12 a month. But if you use those 10 dynamic codes and you don't need them anymore, it's also saying down here you can free up space, that if you're done with that QR code, you can delete it. So now if you had 9 and you deleted 2, now you're back up to your if you had 9 and you deleted 2, you now have 2 more because you've gotten rid of them. If you go over here, and this is what was connected. If you go back to their main site and you go over here to the 3 lines of pricing, they tell you what you get. Looks like they're having a sale now, 2 months for free. So you pay for 10, you get 12. This is what you get for zero, the free account. You get 3 dynamic codes that don't expire, 3 short links, and 1 multi-link page. And then you have additional programs that go from there. The static QR codes are fine. This is what I use, and this is what's free. So let's go back to Canva. So what we did was, this was the simple QR code that was created by canva.com. When you go to your apps, let's go back so you can see the difference between the two. You got apps, you have this one, and if you click on the 3 dots, this is the one made by Canva. So you know the difference. It's just a basic, create a QR code, you can pick the colors, and that's about it. And then the other one was dynamic QR code made by Hover Code. And that's the one that they gave you the circle QR codes. It gave you about 10 different designs, and you was able to do all of this within the app, and you didn't have to come out and add any things. So this is how to create your QR codes within Canva. Thank you again. This is Janice from A Crafty Touch.